What's going on, Sky fans? Chennedy Carter, there was a question on if the Chicago Sky were going to take advantage of the added time to extend her qualifying offer. Well, we got that answer today, and Chennedy Carter will officially be going on the market as an unrestricted free agent, able to test the market starting tomorrow. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host.
What's going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. I'm the host, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chicago Sky Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the content for today. So the Chicago Sky had until yesterday to extend a qualifying offer to Chennedy Carter to keep her from becoming an unrestricted free agent. The team has decided to not extend that qualifying offer to her, and she will become an unrestricted free agent, going on the market, officially being able to sign with any team. This is a decision that was led to be questionable from the business aspect of it, because even if they did not want to re-sign Chennedy Carter, maintaining a restricted free agency was going to would have allowed them to maybe move on and help facilitate a sign and trade or something like that. Unfortunately, now this leads to Chennedy Carter. She's not coming back, and this really does, as the Chicago Sky prepare for free agency and also prepare for the draft. This kind of clears up a little bit of what the Chicago Sky are probably going to do at the draft. We had thought that the Sky, we already knew that they wanted a point guard. You now look at how the draft is shaken up, where the Sky may not draft a point guard, and with their first pick overall, their first overall pick, but their first pick in this draft, it now leads it to a place where, hey, I tell you what, Sonia Citron is looking more and more likely that she's going to be a member of the Chicago Sky. With Chennedy Carter now moving on, the Sky are more than likely going to keep that number 3 overall pick. They're probably going to draft Sonia Citron or Olivia Miles, whoever comes there, and then get the other position down. So in my opinion now, this now changes my positioning to look at it to where it's probably going to be Sonia Citron and Tahina is probably going to be the 2 picks there for the Chicago Sky, with Cheyenne Sellers, as well as being another one that has a potential to get down when it comes down to it as well. So, it is what it is. Yeah, it's really unfortunate, man. It really sucks. I love what Chennedy Carter brought to this team. But hey, she's gonna have to figure it out. The Sky are gonna have to figure it out, man. And it was cited that one of the reasons that the Sky did not bring her back is locker room issues. It sucks because she was their leading scorer, especially after Marina Mabry went down, man. Yeah, it really sucks. This one coming from Jeff Pagliosha. Chennedy had an incredible season for us last year. She's extremely talented and is a player that can impact the game at the highest level in our league. We absolutely appreciate all she did for our team last year. However, we've made changes to our staff. We'll make changes to our roster. Those changes impact Kennedy's fit on the team, so we wanted to give her the best opportunity as a free agent. Listen. Jeff Paglio should make some stupid ass decisions. Just to be quite frank on it, man. And it just really doesn't make any sense. We got Steve in the building. What's going on, Steve?
All right.
It's not coming through your mic.
Okay, 1 second. Gotta switch that over. Good now.
Yeah.
All right. So initially, when we first dropped the video of she not being in the first few that we was gonna bring back, I was upset about it. But then I started thinking basketball wise, and I started talking to people on Twitter, people on TikTok, and I was thinking, if we really talking about the setup with Tyler Morris and him being our first real X and O's coach, it would be very difficult to build around this team to keep Chennedy and not get Olivia Miles, because that was the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Most important piece of making this team work, if we was going to keep Kennedy, is to get a point guard like, such as on the talent frame of Olivia Miles. When we realized we got 3, I think we looked at it and we seen in the first few months of the season with her at Notre Dame, she going to LA. And if there's no if, ands, or buts about it. So I think they're with their thought process, with everything with going on Rival, you paying attention on Rival. I think when it comes around the time, either on draft day or you gonna hear rumors before draft day, we gonna use that third pick to go get Jewel Lloyd.
You think so?
Yes, because if you think about it, now that we can't get Olivia, what makes the most sense? X and his O's wise. Keep Kennedy, who's just gonna be another Onuwere. She a bucket. We get that. But you need a proper team around you, a proper point guard. You got the bigs and you got the coach, but you don't have the point guard there if you keep Kennedy there. He just
I get where you're getting at, but to me, I don't think that the Sky are at the place now where they're going to go in and trade a pick for somebody like Jewel Lloyd. Personally, I'm not saying that that you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't necessarily see that. I think now that you're going to take Sonia Citron and probably take Cheyenne Sellers as well at number 10, and then you've now not only gotten 2 versatile guards, but you also add considerably more size. They're 6'1" and 6'2". At that point, you have a lot more size at the point at your guard rotation as well.
Yeah, I get that, but once again, I just don't think Sonia Citron impact immediately is going to be at that playmaking level that we need. There's going to be a lot of development that was going to be at hand if we go get Sonia Citron, and that might be a task that Tyler Marsh is willing to take. We don't know. He seems like somebody he's willing to work with. We know the things he's done with Asia, especially his development with Jackie. But at the end of it, I'm just saying what makes the most sense winning games with Tyler Marsh with the current squad we got.
I mean, but I think development is also part of the focus here. I don't think that they're trying to jumpstart and all of a sudden become like necessarily contenders right away. I think they're trying to build something sustainable. So if you can get Sonia Citron, you can get Cheyenne Sellers, or even Tahina, and pair those 2 out of those 3 already with your young forwards that you have in center. And then you just are a young team that's scrappy. And yeah, you may still be a couple of years away, but I don't think that, like, if you trade for Jewel Lloyd, you're jump starting your process so much that you have to try to compete right away. I just don't know if I see this guy doing. That's just my personal opinion. I just don't know if I see this guy doing.
I mean, I get that, but you got to understand where we just came from. We was a couple games away from the playoffs. We ain't that far from doing that jump start. So, and the pressures of the organization around us, they're hearing how disappointed they was the way we dropped off at the end of that season. We understand the situations at hand, but at the end of the day, Jeff realized he don't have no fucking leeway with this fan base or with anything. He got to get in, and next season got to look pretty fucking good. So
yeah, but we were good last year with the young team without going all in on a veteran that's probably going to be expensive, right?
I don't think that's one pick.
Yeah, bro, but that one pick is that's the like Jewel Lloyd. Let's be real. How much longer do you think Jewel Lloyd has in the WNBA?
I think she got a while. She's only 30.
5 to 6 years.
6 to 7.
6 to 7.
And we're seeing Diana at 42.
That's true. That's true.
I like and she's not an athletic player. She's a shooter. She's a scorer. She's a crafty guard, and she's playing the outside. What do we need? Shooting. What do we need? Playmaking. And only thing we have to necessarily get 3. To me, this is my thing. When it comes in the top 3 picks, if we was getting Olivia, there's nobody I want outside of that. At 10, we could get our pick at a little of the best available. But at 3, outside of Olivia, there's nobody else I really want for real.
We'll see. I don't personally see it, but like I said, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I just don't personally see that happening. But there is a lot of talk about this guy potentially trading for Jewel Lloyd. So, I mean, sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire sometimes. So,
I'm not necessarily saying that's a thing either. I'm just necessarily, my thing is, once I realized we wasn't getting Olivia, It's just there's nobody within that top 6 I don't want outside. I don't really want them. They don't do anything that we necessarily need. If we are gonna make a move at 3, go get somebody like Jewel. Why
See,
not?
that's the thing. You said, like, I look at Sonya as especially now that we've lost Kennedy. She has a lot of what we need. She's a scorer. She rebounds really well. She also blocks shots, solid defender, and she gets over 2 steals per game. We need that on this
She's
team.
a scorer, but she's not a scorer like you think she is. She's not like a bucket. Like if we're gonna be talking about replacing a bucket in Kennedy, you gotta replace something bucket like. She's not a bucket like that. You gotta set her up. She's not a dribble pull up, get to the lane type of player all the time. She can hit an open shot. She can hit an open 3. You set her up coming off the screens, nice, but she's not a bucket like that.
Yeah, but then that's where Cheyenne Sellers comes in at number 12. She is a bucket.
Now you're right with that, but
Cheyenne is a bucket.
But what about Tahina? Because Tahina's showing that she.
That's why I said like
Tahina.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because I'm about to say Tahina is showing me otherwise. Because I thought she was just a shooter. She's showing she's more than that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So like I'm not mad again Tahina as well. Like I said, I'm just not sold. I'm not a Sonya person like that. That's just me. I get you kind of leaning towards that way. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, listen, and the thing is they have options. They can look to move trades. I personally see this as a team that's trying to build more so over time with young players. But I mean, you add a Jewel Lloyd to this team with Kennedy, with Camilla. I mean, that definitely puts you right in the place of you're competing for a play. I mean, they were competing for a playoff spot before injuries last year, but you're definitely in the playoff race on top of it.
Yeah.
Who said, Jason? Nobody said that Kennedy's not a bucket, bro. That's not what he was saying.
I guess
unless somebody else in the comments section.
I was about to say maybe he ain't talking about me, but yeah.
So we'll see, man. Overall, I'll say this, man. It sucks for Chennedy because I hate that it came out that part of the decision in this was stuff in the locker room. I listen, Chennedy is such a talent in this league. I just hate that it seems like everywhere she goes when she leaves, and I was hoping it was going to be different here in Chicago, they try to make her seem like the problem child. I don't like that. I mean, if it's true, it's true. But I hate that.
I just feel like that happens with every organization with anything in sports. Once you leave, there's very seldom time. I mean, there's not very seldom. There's times where people just leave and it's cordial, and then most of the time you hear some shit that just Jimmy Butler is a clear example. She's the Jimmy Butler of the goddamn WNBA.
Shit. At least she didn't make as much of a fuss as Jimmy, because that's just fucking ridiculous, man.
All right, I can't even say she's Jimmy. That's a little bit disrespectful.
Yeah.
But like I said, like I mean, I just feel like it's a little bit more feelings involved with the W, and you know how it goes sometimes. And she has a personality that not most people are going to vibe with. We cool with it because we kind of similar. We in your face with it. We don't give a fuck. She's that type of player. Everybody on that team last year wasn't that type of player. It was Angel, maybe Camilla. That's about it. Maybe Dana. Everybody else wasn't that type of player. And most teams around her ain't like Kennedy's mentality. So it takes a special squad and a special coach to deal with all that.
That's a fact. That's a big fact.
Got rid of the coach that was dealing with it, so that should have been a telltale sign, I guess.
That's true as well. First, I mean, Kennedy said it. First place she ever felt like where she was accepted for being her. You remove that coach, that changes a lot.
Ooh, she finna torture her ass.
She finna kill us when she plays against us next.
That's what I'm thinking about. Like, good lord,
she finna kill us, bro.
I'm just hoping that she don't go on just like what happens with typical great players go on to leave. Elena Deladon, the Sylvia Fowles type of career. They just go on blossom like we thought they gonna. I can't handle that no more.
Yeah, that's a fact. We'll see, man. Hey, hopefully, whatever the direction the Sky have going forward, Jeff Pagliocci does something like this. Hopefully, he has a plan in place on what he's gonna do and a vision for this team. Because, we got some things we need to work on for sure, man. Any last thoughts, Steve, before we get up out of here?
Jeff, I just hope you're learning from this to next time you have a similar situation, like it'd be more smoother. Like you just the way he handling this is just you could tell he knew on the job. He ain't never experienced stuff like this. So I hope you could just learn from this situation because I just feel like it could be handled better.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to a lot when it comes to Jeff Pagliosha. A lot could be handled better. And just the way that he communicates with stuff as well. But you know, it is what it is when it comes down to it. Yeah. But make sure you guys are following us at Chicago Sky Pod, man. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, Chicago Sky Central at gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. And we'll see y'all on the next one. We'll try to get us something out tomorrow. There's no Bulls game on the first week of Unrivaled because we got some shit to talk about because those games was fire.
It's fire.
Definitely.
And I ain't gonna lie, some of these teams cheating. I'm not gonna lie. These teams.
Y'all make sure y'all stay in tune with us, man. Love you guys. Go Sky, y'all. Peace.